There we go. When you try to add yourself to the stage and you double click the button, it adds you and removes you real fast. So we're on now. Another episode. Got a quick episode here because we got a race starting in about an hour. So we'll try to get through at least the truck side really quick here at Richmond Raceway. So doing our full throttle talk on Richmond this week. Just, you know, a little bit about Richmond. It's a cool little track. The first NASCAR race there at Cup Series race was in '53. Lee Petty won that. They installed lights, and the first race under lights were in '91. Richmond is a fun little short track. It's a 3/4 of a mile D-shaped track, 14 degrees banking in each turn. It's a really fun race. Always excitement going on there. Had some real excitement a couple of years ago when the 3-car Austin Dillon was trying. This was back in the era of winning you're into the playoffs. Decided that he needed to win the race and just pretty much torpedoed Joey Logano out of the way, which a lot of people enjoyed that because a lot of people are trying to look Joey Logano haters. But then when he got him, Denny Hamlin snuck by. So he cut down and bumped Denny Hamlin and got back by him. NASCAR wound up rescinding that, let him keep the win on his record, but didn't let it count for the playoffs. So there's going to be some interesting stuff. Chris Buescher, for example, started 26th in 2023 and wound up winning the race. It's the furthest starting position from the back to wind up winning a race. So, you know, there's going to be movement from the back, but you also need to watch the front because the pole sitter has won 24 of these races. Pretty much you want to start inside the top 10. 75% have won from the top 10 starting positions. Appreciate everybody, too, that's joining in the chat. If you look above me, you'll see a bunch of channels scrolling by at the top. Go like, subscribe, share them all. Like, subscribe. Level Up Sports 10, Parlay Po, Post Game on Post Game Sports, WTP for Life, One Take Zaya, City League TV, and of course, I'm SEC Sean. A little bit. Richmond is just really fun. It's actually been labeled as America's short track. There's some other different styles out there that have their own. Eldora Raceway here in Ohio is really good. Dirt track. So a little bit fun there with Richmond. Excuse me. Let's look at some lap records. For the Cup Series, the fastest ever qualifying lap was Jeff Gordon. In 2013, went 20.67 seconds around the track. In the O'Reilly Series, the O'Reilly Series now, was Kyle Busch, had the record at 20.8. And in the trucks, the fastest was, David Starr at 21.3. Still pretty quick to go 3/4 of a mile. The highest average speed or time was Dale Jarrett in the Cup Series, went 109 miles an hour on average for 2 hours and 45 minutes. Put that in perspective, and Dale Jarrett, same Dale Jarrett, went 104 miles an hour for an hour and 45 minutes in the O'Reilly Series. And then in the Truck Series, Bob Keselowski, whose son Brad is now a team owner too, went 104.2 in 97. And for the 250 lap racers at the trucks run now, Chandler Smith holds that in 2022. His average speed was 96.2. So let's go on and we'll get into some all-time winners. So I'm going to do this. There's a couple of different brackets here. One is all-time winners at Richmond, and we're going to run through the top 10. Of course, I mean, Richard Petty, you could probably pencil him as the leader at most tracks. He's got 13 wins here. Then you get into Bobby Allison, Kyle Busch, obviously, who we just lost this year, has 6. He's tied with David Pearson, Rusty Wallace, and Darrell Waltrip. Your next active driver is Denny Hamlin, who has 5, who is tied with Dale Earnhardt Sr. Then you go to Kevin Harvick, has won here 4 times. And then everybody else has 3 and 4. Nobody else active on that list. So if you're going by that, Denny Hamlin has a really, really, really good shot to win this race. I mean, he's won more than any other active driver. Speaking of it, we'll go with active winners right here. And Denny Hamlin, as I mentioned, 5. He went in 2009 and 10, and in 2016, 2022, and 2024. Richmond has 2 races a year, so you will hear some multiple dates. Austin Dillon is actually second on this list. That's a name to watch this weekend, too. I just mentioned he was the one who torpedoed Joey Logano. He has 2 wins. Kyle Larson has 2 wins. Brad Keselowski, whose dad I mentioned a minute ago, has 2 wins. Joey Logano has 2 wins. Chris Buescher, the win I mentioned in 23, and Alex Bowman. Denny Hamlin, obviously doing that, you could always figure this too. He leads all the active drivers with 20 top 5 finishes and 2,367 laps led at Richmond. Now, Austin Dillon is going after win 3 in a row in a year. He won in 2024, the one I mentioned. He won in 2025, and he's another person that could win it this year. So those are your active winners in the truck field. Or in the cup field, I'm sorry. We're going to jump to the truck series is where we're going next. We're going Friday night, like I said, about 7:30 tonight, Eastern time. This is the next to last race of the regular season for the truck series. So after this, they have one more, and then they'll get ready to start the chase. This is going to be something to watch. If you watch the race, which it should be on FS1, I believe, or Fox Streaming, which I think Fox One is the streaming service they use now. And then you have, it's also on Sirius XM. If you have that channel 90, it'll be broadcast there on the radio. Watch the cut line if you watch this race. There's going to be some movement there. It's not going to set everything because you have one more race left, but it's going to be a lot of, I need that spot, move out of my way going on, I believe, with the trucks. Richmond is known to chew tires. And in the truck series, Cup Series has the soft left tire. So tire wear is going to be at a minimum. You have to protect your tires or else it's just not going to go well for you. The trucks are going to run, like I said, 250 laps, which equals 187 miles. We'll look at, I don't know why this thing did this. Well, we'll hit qualifying real quick. I was keeping up with qualifying today. It happened early for both this and the Cup Series. Really shocked. Shane Van Gisbergen in a truck in his 4th truck start ever claims the pole. Really impressive that Shane Van Gisbergen pulled that off. And when we get to the Cup side for qualifying, you'll realize that these aren't the same vehicles. So that's how qualifying went down. Drivers to watch. Well, let's just go ahead and throw the first one out there that everybody should already know by now. Corey Heim. Corey Heim's in the truck. Pencil him in near the front, if not winning this race. It's just Corey Heim. Christopher Bell's coming down from the the Cup Series to run in it. Obviously, Shane Van Gisbergen is. Lane Riggs, points leader, 5 victories this season, 4 out of the last 7. Got to look at him. Ty Majeski's won here in 24, finished second last year after he won both stages last year. Looked like he was the truck to beat last year, but at the end here came Corey Heim, and it became, as Corey likes to do, Heim time. Caden Honeycutt, another one of the guys up in the point standings, and Chandler Smith. Lane Riggs was joking. I heard this the other day. Lane Riggs was joking with Chandler Smith, who were teammates at Front Row Motorsports, and it just seems like those two are back and forth for the wins here lately. And he just told him, "Whose turn is it this week?" Just kind of messing around with him. Notable entries, mentioned Shane Van Gisbergen, Christopher Bell, really, and Corey Heim. There's a couple others all just filling in for Colleague on their Dodge Ram racing team. Elliott Sadler, pretty cool to see Elliott Sadler back in the truck again. Don't really expect a whole lot, but he's a crafty veteran. Who knows? Corey LaJoy, who took over the 10 truck, has been running down there. Always watch him. He's got Cup experience. Justin Haley, same thing. This is Sadler's first truck star since 2011 too, so it's been a little bit. He's run other stuff. Don't think he's just been sitting at home. I'm gonna go Corey Heim as my predicted winner. I'm going Corey Heim. I don't really bet against Corey Heim very often. He's won on the Cup Series already twice. So, I mean, he won 11 races, I think, last year in the Truck Series, and he's won 2 in the Cup already on a part-time shift. Yeah. Don't bet against Corey Heim when you have the chance. I was going to take, I'll be honest, I was going to take Lane Riggs. I forgot qualifying was early today. So I missed the pole sitter. Obviously, I had Lane Riggs winning, but Shane Van Gisbergen pulled it off. But if you want to get into my top 3, I'm going to go Corey Heim, Ty Majeski, and then I'm going to throw Christopher Bell. The Cup Series moved down. Yeah, I'm going to throw Christopher Bell in there. I believe Lane Riggs probably scores the top 5. Wouldn't be surprised if Riggs and Smith are in the top 5. But I'm going to go in that order. I'm going to go Heim. I'm going to go Heim, Majeski, Bell. Yeah. We'll go with that. Sleepers. For a sleeper, to me, you're looking at somebody near that you really have no expectations of winning this race. But there's 3 I'll give you. Brendan Queen. He's from Virginia, and he is a short track, tons of experience on short tracks. Not saying I'd take him to the win, but I wouldn't be surprised if he finished in the top 5. Jake Garcia is another one who ran well last year. Just don't know, something seems to be off right now with that team, but we'll see. They could fix it. They'd be a sleeper. And, of course, I'm going to take Elliott Sadler. Just in knowledge and experience, even though he's had a long layoff, I'm going to go for Elliott Sadler, and I'm going to give him a top 10 finish. How you doing, Haley? Glad to see you in the chat down there. Anything on your mind? Any drivers you're interested in or anything? Drop another comment, and we'll catch up with it. So let's get into the Cup Series. And I'm trying to get this to load real quick. If y'all give me 1 second here. The Cup Series, I really lost my whole schedule concept this week. I totally forgot Richmond was a Saturday race, not a Sunday race, which I'm excited. because it's at night and it's a 7 p.m. start. And it is, I love Richmond at night. Richmond at night is so nice. It ranks right there next to Bristol at night, which Bristol night race is still my ultimate. That was one of the best experiences I've ever had. But Richmond is right there. Richmond's good. Richmond's fun. And at night, seeing the cars and all their paint schemes under those lights flashing by, it's something else. So this is going to be the Cookout 400 for the Cup Series, and it's going to be on USA Network. I understand some people don't have that, but it's on. I don't know where else you could watch it. I don't know. Maybe Peacock would stream it since NBC does USA, so that's an option. But it's at 7 p.m. and you can always listen on Sirius XM if you want. We've already gone over that. The defending winner I mentioned was Austin Dillon. Last year's pole winner was Ryan Preece. This will be 3 races left, including Richmond, for the Cup Series before the chase starts. So you have this race. Then next week we go to New Hampshire, and then we turn around from New Hampshire and go to Daytona. And Daytona is the final race of the regular season. Mentioned tires. Tires are going to be huge here. Pit strategy. Pretty much, if there's a caution or anything, you're going to pit for tires every time. That doesn't matter. 2, 4, doesn't matter. You're going to come take some sort of tires. I know drivers have talked about it forever that when I come in, give me 4. Give me. At the end of the race, you may see some gambles for 2 tires, but we'll get into that later. Qualifying, let's go ahead and bring up this, and I'll show you the pole winner for this weekend or this race as soon as I figure out where it dropped him. How about your pole sitter, Mr. Ryan Blaney? He's been on a heater here lately. And I mean, you heard me mention the pole winners won more times than anything. He sat on the pole last week, had the dominant car in the first, and then just kind of had some issues and some different strategies kind of caught with him and caught up with him. But there's your pole winner for Richmond. The second place was, I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head, so bear with me here for a second. Second place was Chase Briscoe. And third place, my boy Josh Berry for the Wood Brothers. Love to see it. Love that for that team. Has had a couple of good weeks. 7th in Indy, 4th last week, starting 3rd this week. So he likes Richmond, good at Richmond. I believe his average finish is 8.8 at Richmond. So we're really, really looking forward to see what Josh can do this week and keep that momentum rolling for him. I just think it's really big for him. Obviously, it's been documented he doesn't have a ride next year. He's leaving the Wood Brothers. They've decided to go a different way and bring Jesse Love in, which is fine. I have no problem with Jesse Love. But I'm hoping Barry finds a ride in the Cup somewhere. I think he's a good driver. I just don't know where it's going to be. I thought it was going to be Front Row Motorsports, but with them just signing, for some reason, Noah Gragson to a contract extension, that eliminates another ride. So still some things could move. We haven't hit the full silly season yet. There's still some movement there, but I'm really hoping he finds a ride. I don't even put the guy in your O'Reilly series or something, but I think he's proven he's won a race at the Cup level. He hasn't had the greatest luck this year. A lot of the incidents weren't really his fault. Not making excuses for him, just being truthful. There was a lot of stuff that happened in front of him, and he got caught up. So we'll see what happens. I hope the momentum carries. I'd love to see that 21 car in victory lane again, as most NASCAR fans would. Most NASCAR fans love the 21 car because of the Wood brothers, the oldest team in NASCAR. So we'll keep our fingers crossed on that one and go from there. But when I saw third qualification, I knew I had to put on the Barry hat for this show. Who are we going to watch? Toyota. I mean, Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, Christopher Bell. Pick a Toyota driver. Tyler Reddick did spin out in practice. You talk about ends of the spectrum. Tyler Reddick won the first 4 races of the year and is like almost pretty much fallen off a cliff. He spun out in practice. He's going to start 32nd out of 37. Not that he can come from the back, but I've already mentioned Ryan Preece came from 26th, and that's the furthest it's ever been done from. So you're adding 6 more spots. So we'll see what happens with him. But I mean, Denny Hamlin, I mean, he's won the most races here of the active drivers. He's in a Toyotas, which have been dominating the whole year. So why not? Others, Christopher Bell, another Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. Ty Gibbs, another Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. Bell was second last week to Ty Gibbs, who won in Iowa. So, I mean, you got to watch those 3 Toyotas for sure. But then you need to watch Ryan Blaney, again, starting from the pole. This used to be one of Blaney's worst tracks, but he has put the effort and time in to make this, and it's now one of his not best, above average tracks. We'll put it that way. He finished 3rd last year. He's 3rd in the standings right now. A good day by him, a bad day by Ty Gibbs. He catches him for 2nd. A bad day by Denny Hamlin. He doesn't pass him, but he closes that gap with 2 to go to the points lead. So we'll watch that one. If you're going to watch Blaney, you have to watch Logano. You have to watch Joey Logano because, I mean, they're both in Penske Fords. And they're both starting in the top 10, by the way. I'm pulling up the actual qualifying order for the top 10 so I can give everybody who's where. So we're going to start with Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe. Then you're going Josh Berry, Ty Gibbs, which, yeah, that's crazy. The top 4 starters in this week are the top 4 finishers from last week, just in different order. Last week it was Gibbs, Briscoe, Blaney, Berry. Now it's Blaney, Briscoe, Berry, Gibbs. So William Byron's rolling off 5th. Ryan Preece, previous winner, 6th. Bubba Wallace, 7. Christopher Bell, 8. Brad Keselowski, 9. And Joey Logano in 10. So you're sitting there with 5 Fords, 4 Toyotas, and 1 Chevy in the starting top 10. So Ford might be figuring out some things on this car a little bit, which I'd love to see, to somebody to push Toyota a little bit. So we're going to see. There's going to be some movement. Watch the cut line again on this race. There's going to be a little movement there. Not as drastic yet as the Truck Series with only 2 races left. You still have 3. But a bad day and you're near, if you're just at the cut line, above the cut line a little, or below it, and a bad day can pretty much ruin your whole chance. So you got to watch that there. Winner prediction. Let's see. Who do I want to go with? I'm going to take a flyer. I'm picking Josh Berry to win this race. He loves Richmond, does well on short tracks, knows how to manage his tires. We're going to take Josh Berry to win this race. Pole position, I picked Denny Hamlin to win the pole. Missed that. I'm not good at picking the pole is hard. So I missed another pole. That's fine. So we're going Josh Berry for the win. We're going, I had Hamlin, but Blaney's on the pole. I don't know that there's any real sleepers in this field. I don't think anybody down lower in the point standings is really a sleeper. And obviously people higher in the point standings aren't a sleeper. Josh Berry would have been a sleeper, but as good as he is and where he qualified, I can't put it that way. I don't know. Maybe a Chris Buescher would be a sleeper. He's starting in the middle of the pack. That could be a sleeper. Let's see. AJ Allmendinger has had a couple of good little run there at Iowa. He could be a sleeper. And we'll throw Austin Cindric in as a sleeper just because he's in another Penske Ford. And those that have tuning in for the first time, the Wood brothers, number 21 with Josh Berry, is an alliance with Penske. So the cars are built at the Penske shop. So you're kind of looking at the 3 Penske cars out of the 4, if you count Cindric 2 and Berry. 3 out of the 4 cars built in that shop are qualified in the top 10. One's on the pole, one's 3rd, one's 10th, and one's like 22nd. And Cindric looked really good in practice. So I don't know what's going on there. So we'll see what happens with it. Top 3, obviously I'm going Berry. I'm going to go with a B sweep. Berry, Blaney, Briscoe. I'm going to go with the 3 Bs at the top. Any Houston Astro fans in here will remember the Killer Bees. But if you want to pick somebody outside of that to win this race, like a dark horse winner, I don't even know if you call him a dark horse, but I'd go Austin Dillon. I mean, he's won 2 races in 2 years. I mean, he's won in each of the last 2 years. So I don't know if you consider him a dark horse, but he's not in the running for the chase, or, it's been a bad year for RCR. So to me, a win for them would be a dark horse win because it just came out of nowhere. I'll go some extra predictions here for the Cup Series just because it's the Cup Series and it's, a little bigger and it deserves a little more. Most laps led, Ryan Blaney. I think starting from the pole, Ryan Blaney has a chance to dominate stage 1 and pretty much lead. He led every lap in stage 1 at Iowa. I would expect something similar to happen here. But I'll go Blaney to lead the most laps. We'll do a best finisher from every manufacturer. Something different we'll try on this one. Let's go best manufactured Ford. Obviously, Josh Berry. I have to go with that. I picked him to win. Best Toyota. Got to go Briscoe. Picked him to run 3rd. Best Chevrolet. William Byron. I mean, he's like the only Chevrolet starting in the top 10. So I'll go William Byron to have the best day. Yeah, that's what we'll go with on this one. Is for all of them. So I feel confident with those predictions. I'm not saying I'd go put money on them. And please don't gamble money on anything I tell you and then come back at me and tell me I was wrong, because I'm telling you, this is the hardest sport in the world to predict in my mind. You just don't know. When you've got 36 other cars on the track, and you're leading the race, and the guy that you've picked is winning, and he's right there, and there's 2 laps to go, and he's catching lap traffic, and the lap trap blows a tire and crashes into him and wrecks him. And he finishes like 30th. I mean, it's just hard. You can't. It's so hard to predict these things, but it's fun. Why not? It's something to do. Gives me an idea of what I want to do for my fantasy team that I have on NASCAR.com. So to get my points, anybody that tuning in for the first time, I have a whole series on YouTube with NASCAR for beginners, and it is something that kind of lays out NASCAR, how it is, what it does. There's also parts in there that teach you how to sign up for fan rewards, get free tickets, free merchandise. There's an episode in there where my wife is explaining it from a female's point of view, or mother of children and all that. There's that episode in there. So there's a little bit of everything. And I'm going to revamp that series at the end of this season and kind of take it in a different way and probably just fully restart it and see which direction I want to take it and how I want to take it. I think I'm going to be a little more detailed on each episode per, like, each team, break down each actual team in NASCAR. Not meaning break down every individual car, but like Penske, I mentioned, has 4 cars. Joe Gibbs has 4 cars. Hendrick has 4 cars. So I would break down each of those teams as a unit per episode, something like that, or 2 per episode. Just thinking of a different way to take it. I really wanted to do this and started that so that people that don't know what NASCAR is or anything about it or where it came from or why do we even do this could get an idea as to why. And then people that are like, it's boring, they turn left all the time. On TV, I'll give you credit, it does not put on a good show on TV. But I promise you, if you go to a race, you'll probably become hooked. It is the best sporting event in person in my mind. And I've been to every type of sporting event. Professional sporting event, college sporting event, high school. I've been to them all. And I'll tell you what, NASCAR by far blows them all out of the water, the way they do things. So if you get a chance, go check those out. If you have any questions or comments, drop them for me on any of the videos on my channel. You can drop me and I'll go back and get the comment and I'll respond to you as soon as possible. If you're not sure where the nearest track to you is that NASCAR races at, you can drop where city you're near or what major city you're near. And I can find you a track that's probably, depending on where you live, if you live out in like Montana, I'm probably going to have a little problem. But if you're somewhere on the East Coast, the South, not necessarily out west, there's only a couple tracks left out there. But the Midwest, pretty much from central United States back east and south, I can find a track near you, probably near you within a couple hours, 2 to 3 hours probably. So I'll help everybody try to gain and learn about it and see if we can make some more fans out of it. But other than that, I'm going to get ready to go watch the truck series. And then we'll tune in tomorrow. Keep your tabs open. Keep it all up. I'm probably, based on what I'm doing tomorrow night, I might wind up going live on either my YouTube channel or TikTok and do a watch along for the race. And that way there, people could ask questions while the race is going on. What does that mean? What is this? What are they doing? You know, so something new to try to engage some new fans. So there'll be a post out somewhere on one of my channels or across them all as to where I'm going to do it. And definitely tune in, jump in, comment. And other than that, everybody have a great Friday night. I'm going to go enjoy some racing.